from the News Channel 5 network, this is SportsLine.
Hey there, SportsLine on your television. Steve Layman here with you. Glad you are here with us on this Tuesday night on News Channel 5. Plus, training camp is over for the Titans. They are midway through the preseason. A 34-27 winner over the Carolina Panthers on Saturday at Nissan Stadium. I thought an impressive performance coming off of a really lackluster performance in Game 1 of the preseason against the Jets. There was a lot to like about that game in New Jersey, other than the fact that basically everybody emerged without injury. But Saturday looked like the team that I think a lot of us believe that this Titans team can be during the course of the regular season. They came out early. They established a great offensive possession, 11 plays to go down the field and get a field goal against Carolina on the opening drive of the game. Marcus Mariota with a couple of passes for more than 20 yards. Derrick Henry with a couple of big first down pickups on the drive. Had to settle for a field goal, but get points and establish the tone of the game. And then the defense comes out and makes a monster play. Logan Ryan, who was not good in New York, comes up and strips Devin Funchess of the football. Kevin Byard jumps on it. And that really just started the snowball effect of what was a dominant first quarter by the Titans starters. They punched in a touchdown there. Delaney Walker, 4-yard touchdown pass. They get a 3-and-out. They get another turnover, and then score again on a Derrick Henry 17-yard touchdown run. And before you know it, it was 17-0 Titans right there in the first quarter of this game. 230-plus yards during the course of the first half. You had 24 points up in the first half. This was an impressive performance by the Titans on Saturday against Carolina. Were you there on Saturday? Not many people were, because it was about 93 degrees in the heat in the middle of the afternoon. But those who were there saw a pretty impressive performance. So were you there Saturday? Even if you weren't and you watched at home, what did you think of what you saw, especially in the first half when starters and regulars were on the field for the Titans? And now, what do you make of this team? You've seen them twice in the preseason. One game was really lackluster and disappointing. The other game, I think, as good as you could hope for. In terms of preseason performances, I don't know if I remember a better preseason performance by the Titans in the time I've covered the team. This was a jump on you and step on your throat type of thing, which is difficult to do in the preseason because you throw so many other people out there. And obviously you have third stringers and fourth stringers and guys who won't be anywhere near an NFL roster on the field towards the end of the game. And it ends up being 34-27. They figure out how to win the game in the final 2 minutes after coughing up that big lead. But early on, when the guys who will play every Sunday for this Titans team were out there, they looked really good. Really impressive in a lot of ways. We'll get to some different topics about what we saw on Saturday as we move along here throughout the course of the night. But our phone lines are open. 737-7767 is the number. We want to talk Titans with you guys. Also coming up during the course of the show tonight, Paul Kuharsky from the Midday 180 and from paulkuharsky.com joined us on the Electric Power Company Sunday Sports Central the other night. We'll have his take on this Titans team. You can hear that coming up during the course of this hour. Also hear from some of the Titans as well. Very interesting day, by the way, yesterday at Titans practice. They were on the field yesterday, off today, and then into a normal game week this week ahead of Game 3 of the preseason against the Bears. This is the week, by the way, that everything is normal. It is a normal game week. You actually game plan. The starters are going to play most of the first half. They're going to make adjustments at halftime, and they're going to come out and probably play into the third quarter a little bit coming up this weekend. So it's a normal week. They took Tuesday off like you would during the regular season. They'll be back tomorrow, practice Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, a little bit of a walkthrough on Saturday, and then go out and play at noon even. So truly a normal week, which is kind of nice for both the Titans and Bears. They'll play at noon on Sunday. The thing that was not normal about this week was Monday, where they got a practice session in, but it was an interesting one. They got rushed in before the total solar eclipse yesterday, the event that all of us paid attention to, and my, what a sight it was out there at St. Thomas Sports Park. I mean, just a beautiful scene. And the players loved it. Players and coaches were absolutely involved in this, and they were excited about it. They admitted, some of the players said they lost a little bit of focus towards the end of practice as things really started to dim around them, and you could tell something was about to happen. And they had 100 pairs of glasses for each of these guys to look up and take part in what was really a once-in-a-generational type of event. And to see it right here in Nashville, one of the epicenters of totality, and this great solar eclipse was really cool. Talked to a bunch of guys after practice, and they just talked about how, man, it was a once-in-a-lifetime type of experience, and they were so thankful to be a part of it and be able to do it with the team in what they really believe can be a special year for him. Delaney Walker told me yesterday, he said, hey, we saw the solar eclipse today, but you better watch out because the Titans are about to do something special as well. And that's the hope, that this team that has so much talent and now so much depth can really do something special this year, can compete in the AFC South, can compete for a playoff berth, and take this team back to the postseason for the first time since 2008. Again, our phone lines are open. 737-7767 is the number. We want to hear from you tonight. We begin with Ronald. Ronald, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
For the call.
Okay, the reason I'm calling is but I have to say that what to my heart was the defense in the first half, how they recovered. To me, those 17 points made the difference in the game. What is your call on that?
Oh, I totally agree. And the interesting thing, Ronald, is the emphasis all offseason and throughout the summer at OTAs and minicamp for the Titans was the ability to force turnovers. They make game-impacting plays. And for them to get 3 turnovers on Saturday against Carolina and turn them into 21 points, actually. They got touchdowns off of all of them. The 3 turnovers to 21 points, that's going to win you a lot of games in the NFL. That absolutely was the difference, and that has been an emphasis. Mike Mularkey joked the other day on Sunday after the game. He told Dick LeBeau, the defensive coordinator, he said, I'm going to expect 2 or 3 turnovers from you every week now. And they believe they've got the guys to do that type of thing. But obviously, we know turnovers make such a big difference in every game. But this is the type of defense they want to play. They want to be in your face. They want to wreak havoc around the quarterback, and they want to cause turnovers. And on Saturday, they executed that perfectly.
Well, I just wanted to state to you, if I could, that my prediction for the Titans this coming season is for them to be 11-5.
All right. We've heard, Ronald, and I appreciate the call. We've heard a lot of different predictions from people. I've heard some people go as low as 9-7, which would be a repeat of last year. I've heard a lot of 10-6s, which I think is where I would stick with my official prediction right now, although I'm tempted to go 11-5 with you. I've even seen some people out there, I think it was USA Today, came out and said 12-4 for the Titans. Maybe a couple other people have done that as well. There's a big belief in this team. I think if you polled the vast majority of experts, a lot of them would tell you that the Titans are probably the favorite in the AFC South, and I believe they are as well, because I don't totally trust the quarterback situation in Houston, where you have a rookie in Deshaun Watson or Tom Savage that's ultimately going to win that job. As good as the defense is, I don't trust the offense yet. Indianapolis, Andrew Luck's coming back from an injury. I do not love the rest of that roster. Jacksonville's roster is getting better, but as long as Blake Bortles is there, I am selling on the Jags because he just cannot seem to put it together. And when you look at that, the best roster to me in totality, to borrow a phrase from yesterday, is the Tennessee Titans. and the quarterback is set. And Marcus Mariota looks good. I mean, think about it on Saturday. Everybody has the questions about his leg. 7 months removed, 7.5 months removed now from the broken leg. He comes out there on Saturday and moves up in the pocket on a play-action pass and finds Taywan Taylor for 20 yards on the first play of the game. And then on the second play of the game, it's a designed run that nearly goes for a first down. He looked quick out of the pocket, and he avoided contact. That's exactly what you want from your franchise quarterback, and that's exactly what Marcus Mariota delivered again on Saturday. He looks like a guy that has put that injury completely behind him and can be a star and the leader of this team once again this year. All right, let's go to Brian. Brian, good evening. You're next up here on SportsLine.
Hey, why is our division so tiny? 4 teams. It seems like when I was younger, used to be more teams in the division. And are there more wild card spots? I think we're going to be 10-6, but I think we're going to have trouble in the playoffs. I think we're going to blow through our division, only lose a couple games there. I think some big team's going to knock us off in the second round of the playoff. The reason we did so good did so bad in the Jets is because the Jets are a terrible team, and it was just a floppy game. Yesterday's game was pretty exciting. Didn't the Panthers win the Super Bowl a couple years ago?
They were in the Super Bowl, lost to the Broncos.
Yeah, so that's a good team there, right?
Well, they weren't very good last year, but they certainly have some talent.
Yeah, so they play up to their competition. Yeah, I think they're going to do real good. Who are our tight ends? And that's what I want to talk about, our tight ends. And are they going to be blocking, catching passes? I want a big tight end who can catch a bunch of 8-yard passes. Well,
Delaney Walker's been the leading tight end receiver in the NFL over the last 3 years. He's there. He's the Pro Bowl tight end. And Jonnu Smith, third-round pick, has been absolutely phenomenal. I tweeted during the game on Saturday, he's got a lot of Delaney Walker in him. He can get open. He runs in a similar way. He's just an impressive young guy. Neither of those guys is afraid to put their head in and block when they have to, but both of them can certainly catch passes. All of a sudden now, there's no worry about where you throw the ball to. The last few years, it was, all right, you got Marcus Mariota, but who catches these things? With Rashard Matthews' emergence last year, Delaney Walker at tight end, Eric Decker added into the equation. When Corey Davis comes back, your number 5 overall pick, you're going to have some weapons. Taywan Taylor looked really good on Saturday. You're going to have some weapons in there that can catch passes for this Titans team this year, which is great to see.
Yeah, I got to like it. Got to like it.
Yep, sounds good. Brian, we appreciate the call. We got to take a break here. We will come back. More phone calls right after this. We'll get to Paul Kaharski as well. Coming up here on SportsLine. Talking some Titans tonight on News Channel 5+.